Previously on Dungeon Masters.
Our ultimate goal is to keep in place the magical barrier that prevents the entities in the desert from escaping to the rest of Phaerimm.
You are swallowed by the beast.
Okay.
Your world goes dark as you begin to make your way into the digestive tract of the purple worm.
You know, I'm kind of tired about not being able to make amends for what I've done.
You don't make amends by running. Hell, you're still running. As your egg hatches, from it emerges a spirit dragon wormling.
Look at this little misfit.
That's his name, Misfit. Syndra, I haven't seen you in ages. If we don't get to the bottom of this, Evereska's gone, everything's gone.
I know. Mythalar, ours is broken. That's why I'm going to help you this one time.
You emerge in a beautiful courtyard in a flying Netheril city. Bing! Wow. Phaerimm are tearing through the streets, and you burst into the doctor's practice.
Curing him, it will draw them here.
Right. He immediately puts his arms out and says, "Buy me as much time as you can. Things are about to get a little weird." As you place your boss on the examination table in front of the doctor, he raises his hands as the entire chamber you are in begins to thrum with magical energy. He plucks at the weave almost as though he is playing a harp none of you can see. You all hear skittering outside as you have become an almost beacon of magical energy in this city. You begin to hear a rapping, a knocking, as though something is trying to get into that hatch in the ceiling. And you also hear the movement of a many-legged creature below you, making the floorboards vibrate as well.
Is there anything around, like items and things we can use to set up very rudimentary traps, like caltrops or oil that we can...
Caltrops? I have caltrops!
Dude!
What do they do?
They're little pieces of metal that when you put them down, you step on them, they hurt like hell and they can cover a floor and they're very discreet. So I would throw them.
I'll give you my caltrops.
You should do it.
You set it up.
All right, so I'm literally just gonna go, okay, time a little P, and then I'm just gonna go boosh, and just scatter them all across the opening, where the opening is, and just let them roll down.
I also have a crowbar.
No.
Yeah, we can crowbar like the door.
We could hatch it.
Oh, you mean block the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've also got a crowbar. I'm gonna make an X into the latch, so it's like a crossways. Go chung chung. Cadmus, look for someone that's, well, I'd say flammable, but you know what I mean.
Yes. First, I'll mold earth the center of that X so that there's even more protection on that bar. I'm just going to mold earth onto it and sort of bar it shut. Additionally, and I have flasks of oil. Where do you want me to put this, Mr.
Well, we need to see where they can come in. Sapphira, what do you got?
Well, there's something underneath the floorboards as well, so perhaps if it were to come up from the bottom, we should maybe leave something that you can shoot, so that we can maybe start a fire.
That's where the oil goes, right down there.
Okay.
Everybody back up. Try and knock some of those cupboards and things over, some furniture, try and shore up, I don't know, make some kind of blockade.
As much flammable material in this space too. We'll put all of the bookshelves, any chairs, anything that's wooden, we're gonna put it where we think we hear that skittering. And I have inspiration, so I can't have two inspirations. And so in the sort of panic and madness of all of this, I share a look with you, and you've been a sort of constant support for me. And I give you a knowing nod, and I'll hand you Sapphira my inspiration.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna need it.
I'm gonna pour oil all over that flammable material, every cask. I think I have 3 or 4 casks. I'm going to dampen it as much as I can.
Last time we knew that these things get attracted by magic direct. So the only thing I can suggest, not being a wizard and none, apologies, is that we try and hit it indirectly or directly with some kind of kinetic normal force.
Agreed.
So basically don't use spells at the damn things. Use spells around it, use the environment, use these things set up. Anybody else got any ideas, Little P?
Got my arrows, that's all I got, mate.
All right, we take up position over there.
If we want to divert their attention, use a spell you don't care about.
But it has to be a spell that lands somewhere and stays there, right? You got anything like that, kid? Something that you can put down like a little, I don't know, beacon, little worm lure, as it were.
Oh, I do have something, and I take out the scroll of major image.
We need to split up. Some of us take this one, some of us take the grate over there. There's one on the far wall too.
You're both martial, so one of you should come with one of us, and one of you should come with Cadmus.
I'll go with you.
All right.
All right, you with me, kid?
Yeah, you have enough material in the room to cover one of the grates, probably not both, as the rest of the stuff is sort of like more, this is more of a storage space, and a lot of the materials would be like small vials and things like that. Probably not anything that would be useful in covering something.
Big A had a bunch of potions in that bag. Are there any potions of healing in there?
Yeah, 10 potions.
Check the bag of holding you still have.
I gave it back to Big A. Big A's on the table. I assume the bag is nearby. I will just open it up.
Oh, he's very happy about us looking through his property.
I would say you are also like, you know, in a literal doctor's office.
Right, yeah. And
Let's have a little look around then, shall we?
Can I give a proper investigation as much as I can? Try
Yeah,
to
me
find
too.
the best.
Yeah.
Yes,
the best
absolutely.
I think we all want to do that.
Yeah,
try to find one of the
investigation,
ships
yeah.
down.
Nice.
Let's go. 18 plus 8, whatever that is, 26.
26?
Sometimes I don't know if I should hate myself or hate my circumstances.
Oh,
no,
no.
you're good.
What'd you
We're
get?
Good. We're good.
Just another 2.
Okay.
3 plus 2 for 5. Yeah. So you,
2 plus 3 for a 5.
right. Yeah.
I'd like to roll with advantage, please.
Oh, okay. I didn't even want to do an investigation.
I'm glad
but
you
know
did.
what?
I'm
I'd
glad
like to
you
take
did.
that natural 20, please.
You may take the natural 20.
Can you roll for me?
You find one lesser potion of healing. Give me a D4 roll. That's how many you find.
Oh,
What are you at?
okay.
Health
5.
wise. You're at 5 HP?
No, 27.
Okay.
1 on the D4.
I'm going to regain hit points now for second wind.
Okay.
So that's 17.
I'm going to take the healing potion from Sapphira.
Yeah.
So that's 2d4 plus 2. Which is going to be 2. That's 4. That's 8 points of healing.
Great.
As the doctor begins to undo the true polymorph, everyone give me an Arcana check.
You know what? We're doing rolls.
Yeah, boy.
All right.
25.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Woo!
Nice.
22.
22.
12.
12. With a natural 20, you know you have to survive 3 rounds.
All right.
You do the quick calculus on the banging on the hatch, at the sounds all around you, at the rumbling in the floor, at one of these thorned phalanges is what I'm gonna call it, kind of coming up out of the grate. And you look at the spell being unmade, and you think, you only have to make it 3 rounds. And then perhaps your savior can get you out of this nasty situation.
Listen up, y'all. We ain't got much time to hold on. Let's show these things what a bunch of misfits can do.
Roll for initiative.
Uh, 7 plus 5, 12.
12. Hopnip.
17.
17. Sapphira.
6.
6. Sailor.
I get to roll my uncanny metabolism due to the initiative roll being ordered, which is 2 plus 7 for 9 hit points.
Amazing.
And I roll for my initiative. It's gonna be natural 20 again! Which
so
makes
you
it
will
22,
be going first.
which makes it 24 in total.
Beautiful.
24. Gorgeous.
Oh, I've got to roll for Rascal. It's a 10. He's actually going to go before me.
10 for Rascal.
I'd go last if you prefer to go in front of me. I can switch with you. I can use my vote to go last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sailor.
All right, first thing I'm going to do is use my Mystic Focus to regain. I'm going to spend 3 focus points to regain a level 2 slot. Then that's my bonus action. I'm then going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
Once again, which is creates the 3 different versions, so there's 4 of us now. I sort of ready myself, look down at the grate, I control my breathing using a lot of the meditation techniques that we do in the family, just to center myself. The last thing I do is turn over to Cadmus. Good luck, kid.
Wave upon the wind.
As the doctor begins to undo the magic of the Feywild, it lashes back.
Ooh.
3 creatures within 30 feet take 4d10 lightning damage. The Doctor, Joseph the Younger, and on an even, it strikes Cadmus. On an odd, it strikes Sailor. That's an odd.
I've got my mirror image on. Does that not count for something?
You do, yes, yes, absolutely.
Before I take it over half my damage.
Yes, let's roll a d6 to see if it strikes one of your mirror images instead.
Yeah, oh man.
That's a 4.
Yes! Yes! I'm invincible!
27 points of lightning damage. You all see the Doctor falter and then bracing himself continue on with the ritual. As the lightning arcs towards Cadmus and Sailor, you see 2 of Sailor's mirror images come up, and instead they're unmade, leaving the 2 of you unscathed.
Beautiful.
Doc, you might want to check your aim there, man.
You see the Doc's beautiful mustaches are singed at the edges as he says, "I'd like to see you try and do better."
Fair enough.
Lil P, you do not see an enemy yet, but you do hear skittering, and you do see a pale lump of writhing flesh somewhere in the darkness beyond the grate.
I see it, so I can fire at it.
You could do so with disadvantage. It is in the dark currently.
I'm gonna roll shortbow twice. Okay. An 18 and a 9, not bad.
Plus going to be a 9
Plus
plus a
9.
9. That's an 18. That's a hit.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll your second attack.
Okay.
That's okay. First one hits.
Yeah, that's a 13 and a 9.
Great.
Magic weapon.
Grab magic weapon.
All right, go ahead and give me damage.
Yeah.
Do you believe in me?
I do.
We need you to believe in me.
I believe in you.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe in you. These are going to be high rolls.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that.
I'm also want to add my fire's burn.
Yes.
On top of this. So
That'll be
let's-
an additional
double
D10.
six, double 6. Yes.
5, great.
Nice.
And
All right.
1d10 for my fire burn.
10.
Come on.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'll take it.
It's okay.
Take it.
Okay.
24 points of damage. Would you like to apply one of your arcane shots to this attack?
Yeah, I would like to do this as an enfeebling shot, please.
Okay. So go ahead and roll an additional 2d6 damage.
Here we go.
It's going to make a Constitution saving throw. It does so with advantage.
Ooh.
What?
Yes.
Ooh, 2, 5.
That's what it feels like.
Ooh, 2, 5.
That is a failure!
Give that sound
That
effect
is
now.
a failure! It is poisoned. So now when it hits, it will be subtracting 1d6 from the total damage of that
Yes,
attack.
yes.
As you have successfully poisoned the creature.
Beautiful.
And because I'm a master of the short bow, I actually get a
Advantage next time you
advantage
attack.
on the next
Give
attack.
Vex.
All right.
Which I will be using because I'm going to use action surge.
All right.
really- I'm writing it
Action
down.
surge. Give me 2 more.
All right, so
Wow, this is cool.
hit.
Oh, this is good. This is good.
6 plus 9.
Yeah.
15.
15. That is a hit.
Amazing.
16. Easy.
That is a
Amazing.
hit.
Great.
Go ahead and give me damage.
Plus 2.
Plus 2,
7.
6
Plus
plus
2,
2 plus
8.
2.
Can I add my fire's burn?
Yes, you can.
Perfect. That's 1d10.
Come on.
That's a 9.
A 9. You can't see in the dark, but you hear the creature shrieking and struggling.
Job, Chad. Great
Yeah.
job.
Take that, Legolas.
Well, I'd like to move closer to Sapphira.
You want to move over
I'd
here?
like to move in front of Sapphira.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to give you a little.
It is now the creature's turn. As it comes bursting out of the grate, you all see that it is bloodied.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it is.
Good job, Chad. I'm so happy for you. That was great.
Yeah.
As I yell back to you guys, like, I nearly had him!
It's like, this time we believe you! That was amazing!
It's going to use its mind warp ray on Sapphira, seeing the softer target behind you, kind of afraid of you. Because it is engaged in melee or within 5 feet, it's going to be doing so with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, all right, all right.
That's still.
That is an
Plus-
18 to hit
That's still going to hit.
for a total of
Okay.
14 damage.
Okay.
psychic damage.
Okay.
And you have the charmed condition until the start of the Phaerimm's next turn. It's gonna make 2 attacks with its Dread Stinger. Because you are engaged in melee with it, both of those will be against you. Actually, one of them will be against your familiar, or your Vestige patron.
My Vestige patron, okay.
This one's for the Vestige. That's a 20.
That's going to hit.
This one's for Lil P. That's a 15.
Yeah, I'm a 14, so yeah.
The Vestige companion is going to take 8 piercing damage plus 12 poison. And Lil P, for you, it's going to be 6 piercing damage and 12 poison. Okay. You hear a horrible, shuddering, cracking sound as something beats against the second grate and fails to open it. Sapphira, you're up.
Okay. So if I'm charmed, that means that I have disadvantage against like attacking him, correct?
You can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with damaging abilities or magical effects.
Okay. I'm gonna use my turn to search the area for healing stuff.
You can definitely do that. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. That is a 15 plus 4 for a 19.
A 19. You find a potion of growth.
Okay.
When you drink this potion, you gain the enlarge effect of the enlarge reduce spell for 10 minutes, no concentration required.
Cool.
I'll drink it.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
You gain the benefits of the enlarge spell.
The enlarged spell, okay.
Now it is Rascal's turn. Rascal is not charmed by the creature.
Huzzah. I'm gonna actually have Rascal move as close as he can to the fire situation.
Got it? Okay, to set off the...
Yes.
Cadmus, you're up.
I am proficient in the arcane arts. Can I do anything to help the good doctor expedite this situation?
You absolutely can, especially as a transmutation wizard. You may attempt to help him. If you do, you will be able to reduce the time it will take for him to finish the spell.
Okay, I'm gonna step forward and focus all of my arcane intelligence on helping him cast the spell, helping him access the weave.
Give me an Arcana check. If you can beat a 16,
16.
you will reduce the amount of time this takes by 1 round.
I need an 8 or higher.
You can.
That's an 11, so we do it, right?
Perfect,
Yeah.
yes.
So I have my dragon, and my dragon's preferred method of communication is song because of where he comes from. And you mentioned him plucking that harp.
Yes.
And so I step forward and I start to access the weave, and I hear the notes, and I start to sing along with him. And Misfit joins.
You see Misfit kind of rise up and taking in the wonder. This is his soul's passion, to understand lost civilizations. And he joins the doctor's sort of weave plucking almost instinctively. And as he does, you do see a dragonborn begin to emerge as this like outer layer of frog begins to peel off. You begin to see scales underneath, beautiful scintillating azure scales.
Then that's my turn.
Sailor.
I activate my Celestial Revelation, my wings pop out, I sort of launch up 10, 15 feet in the air, and then I sort of get out this hooded oil lantern that I've been carrying around with me that nobody's ever used. I light my flint and tinder, light it, and just simply look down at these things banging around, look down at the folks, and go, smoke everything but the squeal, and then just throw it across, and then it goes, and want to land it on top of the flammable items to start the fire going.
Absolutely.
Near where
It's going to be a
are.
ranged attack.
Okay, cool. This is +4. It's 15 plus 4 for 19.
19.
Yeah.
Give me 3d6 fire damage.
Cool. All right.
This will be counting as an explosive.
Good. So that is 3, 2, that's 5, 8, 9, 10.
2 things happen. You hear the creature behind the grate immediately reel back from the fire. It immediately takes 10 damage.
But is it also on fire?
It will take an additional d6 fire damage at the end of all of its turns.
Nice.
Since you've kind of dropped all this oil and stuff
Yep.
here. I'm gonna say you get an extra d6 fire damage
Cool.
every round that
Cool.
it's on fire.
Cool.
As this explosion goes off. However, your obstruction is also destroyed.
That is in entirety my turn.
Okay. The doctor continues to pluck at the weave, attempting to manipulate it to undo this fey magic.
Oh, here we go.
That's a
Wild
26?
magic.
yes.
Wild magic, so it could be anything. It could be good or bad.
I got so excited.
I do quite like wild magic, even when it's bad.
really fun.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Tell Mama I was ready.
1.
Oh.
I'm excited.
Lil P, you see the magic coming undone. You see more and more of your friend sort of being uncovered by this spell. And then you start to see arcs of magic kind of begin to flit around the room. Different colors begin to splash against the walls. And then all of a sudden, you are gone. You are no longer in the basement, but instead you are floating in the astral sea.
Oh, it's
you
like
see
maze or something.
a singular whale kind of float by you. You behold the cosmos around you. You see all of the stars and all.
I'm right where I want to be. Yes. I don't want to go back.
You see a ship full of hippopotamus-looking creatures, and they look at you with as much wonder as you look at them as they welcome you aboard, give you your own pirate hat.
Here's a hat for you to wear.
Oh, God.
We're pirates.
You're pirates?
I see you're all funny looking. Well, anyway, come on, do you want to ring the bell?
I love your skin.
Oh, wow. Too much too soon, but that's okay. Well, come along.
Amazing.
Little P's are like the biggest trip of her life.
This is a real
The
thing.
effects never
No,
wore off.
Transported to the astral plane until the end of your next turn.
Or until I say so.
You all see Lil P disappear.
No.
Meanwhile, in the horrors of the basement, the bloodied
this game.
Phaerimm, almost drawn inexplicably to this influx of magic, teleports. I think it's gonna be here, making 1 strike at you, Sailor, and
Yep.
2 at the Doctor.
Alrighty.
22's a hit.
Would be a hit, except that as a reaction spell, I'm going to cast Shield,
Okay.
which gives me +5, which means I've got 23 AC.
It is going to attempt to counterspell you.
I will counterspell your counterspell.
Yes, you
Let's
will.
see.
I'm gonna try.
Yes, you
It's
will.
going to make a Constitution saving throw. That's an 8. I believe that's a failure.
That's right.
Its counterspell is counterspelled.
Cool. All
Your
right.
and I
shield
just
goes
sort of-
off.
So the last second I see it, and I sort of like look down at Cadmus with like eyes like saucers, like like that as this thing's about to hit me,
And I'm plucking, and Misfit shifts up, expands its wings in front of it, and it shields you from the.
and then I take the shield from Misfit and just like clang it like this. This kind of like got this golden sphere milk shield just hits it and then just dissipates the attack.
Fantastic. Then it's going to be 2 hits against the Doctor, which is a 21, which will definitely hit, and a 24 for 14 damage, followed by 14, 17, and 18.
Wow.
That's going to be the first one. The second one is going to... Oh no, they're going to attack Rascal.
Oh, okay.
A magical familiar is so delicious. A 24 to hit,
Gonna hit.
with 6 piercing damage and 9 poison damage.
Yeah, he's beyond.
Aw, this is kind of sad. You see the Phaerimm begin to peel back Rascal's skin, revealing that magical familiar form underneath and consume him. Hi, Rascal.
Can he join me with the hippos?
You all see Joseph the Younger trying to focus on the spell as this creature begins to move towards him. It's going to teleport to him
Oh no.
and make its remaining 2 attacks past.
Oh, I don't want him to die.
I know, we're gonna save him all costs.
Yeah.
He is going to attempt to hit twice.
Ugh.
That is 1 hit. It's only 9 on the poison and 5 on the stinger.
Nice.
Oh, not the bottom. Oh.
I think he's enjoying getting eaten though.
You all see him falter in kind of as he's trying to be brave, helping the Doctor cast the spell. As you all see his courage wane.
No.
Lil P, at the end of your turn, you blip back into existence.
Whoa!
Sapphira.
Okay, I'm gonna move to near young Joseph. I am going to cast Spirit Guardians.
It is going to attempt to counterspell you.
Okay.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
You need to beat a 15.
That is a 13 plus 3 for a 16.
16, the spell goes off.
Yes.
Spirit Guardians. Joseph the Younger, obviously a friend, definitely unaffected by the Spirit Guardians.
You went from maybe a friend to definitely a friend. A single tear rolls down Joseph the Younger's cheek.
These spirit guardians come towards him. He's like, oh, he's like, we're friends.
What a way to know the vibe check.
He is a misfit now.
He's
Oh,
past the vibe check.
I love that man. I join
my
his cult
gosh.
tomorrow. I don't know why I suddenly find myself quite in love with Joseph the Younger. He's just so sweet. He's genuinely sweet.
He is.
When all this is over, I think we should get married.
Whoa.
That's like 0 to 100 real quick.
Real quick.
Okay.
The Phaerimm need to make a wisdom saving throw of 14.
Saving throw 14. It has advantage.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's going to be a 24.
Okay, so I think, let me see if it takes half damage. I think it does.
It does, yeah.
You got 48 radiant on the docket.
Nice.
30, 15.
Nice.
30.
Wow.
Dang.
15 radiant damage.
15 radiant damage. That was your action. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action?
Yes, I think with my bonus action, I am going to have my Vestige Patron take a shot.
Fantastic.
She's gonna do Vestige Strike, which is a ranged attack. That is an 11 plus 6, 17 to hit.
That is a hit.
Amazing. 1d6 plus 6. Ooh. So it's 6 plus 6, 12. It is fire.
12 points of fire damage.
Yes.
Very effective turn. Cadmus, you're up.
This one's bloodied.
Yes.
At 3rd level, I'm going to cast Magic Missile at the one behind me. So I just start sending missiles while I'm focusing.
It's already
on-
used its reaction for the turn.
5 purple missiles get sent. D4. 3 plus 1, so 4 times 5 is 20 points of damage. So 5
Fantastic.
5 darts.
Your darts embed into this creature's flesh as it reels and snarls at you angrily.
Excellent.
Sailor, you're up.
All right, so the thing below me has been bloodied. It has to have these force bolts hit into it. Sort of arcing up, I'm gonna like wrap in my rings and corkscrew down and try and smash straight down on this thing.
You see the creature begin to attempt to cast shield, but it's not its turn yet, so it does not have its reaction yet. Go ahead and roll to hit.
So Spinalis is an unarmed attack. So I get 2 attacks.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do like a double-fisted like punch between my 2 attacks. 12 plus 7 is a 19.
That's a hit.
7 plus 7, 14.
That's a miss.
Okay, cool. So this is going to be, I've got +3 from my wings are out, so that's +3 for damage. 1d8 plus 7. So that's 6 plus 7, that's 13.
13.
I'm then going to, as I've now landed, I'm now going to activate Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
So I'm now going to, I'm just literally landing on it, I'm just now going to just start wailing on it. So I can spend a focus point as well to get an extra attack as well. So I get 2 attacks with my Flurry of Blows. That's 2 more attacks. +7, so that's a natural 20, critical.
Natural 20! Beautiful.
So one is a crit, a natural 20, and the other one is 19, which is
That's a hit. Roll
Yeah,
damage. You get
baby.
to double your damage die
Just for one
on
of
that
them.
natural 20.
So
Yes.
this is a natural 21, 2 plus 7, 9, that's 18 points of damage
18 points of damage on one hit.
on one hit.
Okay.
And then the other one is 3 plus 7, 3 plus 7, yeah, for 10.
10.
28 points of damage. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, Hitman.
You see this creature reeling as it's just taking hit after hit after hit. Every single punch almost dents its like hardened hide inwards as you are softening some type of skeleton buried deep beneath these layers of like horrible stingers and teeth.
Going for the equivalent of its lumbar region.
Oh,
Just focusing on
amazing.
one point.
It is the doctor's turn.
Let's go, buddy. Let's go.
Oh no. Oh. That means more magic.
But This is the turn where he is going to finish the ritual since he reduced it.
Nice. Very cool.
go.
Very good. Very good.
38.
That's a good number.
I don't like
It's a
that.
diabolical little laugh.
Although hippos are fun. If it's anything like going to see the
Potted
hippos.
plant? Is it potted plant? Is it potted plant?
We're going to turn into potted plants.
Sapphira,
Yeah.
you turn into a potted plant.
That? Okay, I'll say this. The love of my life loves potted plant on the wild magic table, so this one's for David.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
You just go. Boop.
Until the start of your next turn.
We're potted plant.
While you're
Spirit guardians still up?
Yes. While you're
guardians still
yes,
up?
they are.
Hell yeah, brother.
While you're a plant, you have the incapacitated condition and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your form revert. You all look in horror as Sapphira is turned into a potted plant unceremoniously.
I like to think it's a cactus. It's a little cactus with a little flower on top.
A little arm like this and this.
Yeah.
As the doctor rips the weave apart as he undoes this fey wild magic, you all see the pallid, slimy frog flesh immediately burst in a dazzling, scintillating light. And as you do, standing before you, you see an immaculate azure dragonborn. Every ring on his hands and every necklace on his bare chest glimmers as he looks over at you and says, "Well, it's been a minute, hasn't it?"
You look great. Big A, you're back.
And you see him crack his fingers. He is going to make 4 attacks.
What?
Yes, he is.
4 attacks?
The hell is he?
Yeah, what kind of wizard is our boy?
Divination. 19, 16, which is a hit, 14, which is a miss, 17, which is a hit.
That's 3 hits?
3 hits.
Hell yeah, bro.
It's going to be 9d12 plus 15.
Wait, plus
What?
15? 90, 12 plus 15.
Whoa. 74 points of damage? That just blew out your 56 by some margin.
Oh, it doesn't count as an NPC.
That's right, doesn't it?
As you see his hands come up, the tattoos on his chest glow. You see 1 attack, a second one, a third one, and then as he just sits there and aura farms for the last one, you see this Phaerimm fall to the floor dead, completely obliterated by the attacks.
What did he, what is just an arcane burst or like what? Wow.
Yes, he can make 4 arcane burst attacks.
Incredible, incredible stuff.
Lil P,
Yeah.
he's still doing his,
I'm like, yeah, boy.
yeah, boy.
Yeah, lads, lads, lads.
Lads, And as you say, lads, you also gain the ability of his foresight. You have advantage on D20 tests for the next 8 hours, and other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Wow.
You just became a god? Okay.
Basically,
So I roll with advantage now for reals.
on everything.
All the
that you
time.
do. On everything you do.
It's your turn.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you. So there's 1 worm left, and I believe it's not in great condition.
No, it is not.
This is
No.
very good.
Let's go for the classic. It served me well. It served me well. 2 attacks with a short bow, okay?
Okay.
All right. And I'm rolling.
With advantage.
If you don't roll a natural 20, I'm gonna.
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
That's a 17
Plus your
plus
9.
9.
That's a hit.
Yeah, that's a hit. No, you rolled a. Yeah.
And that's a 14 plus 9.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, here we go.
Nice. 6.
Plus
P.
2.
Plus 2. Great.
What does it look like as you dispatch their greatest foe?
Oh. They see this arrow go through its mouth. It goes all the way through and out of its back end. And the whole thing explodes and it covers everyone in intestines. And like everyone's got it in their hair. And it's just like,
Beautiful.
It's in my mouth.
We
that's right. That's right. It goes
initiative
everywhere.
as you completely obliterate this last Phaerimm.
God, this has made all the dice rolls so worth it. I see now. It's like
It's like you're playing D&D.
no, I was going to say something else, but I realized I'm on camera. So I'm going to write it down for you.
Big A kind of like gives you a knowing nod. You've done this 1-2 combo before. He just says to you, unfortunately, there's no time for us to do our normal merrymaking. We should probably make our way out of here. This ritual will have brought the entire city down upon us.
All of these people are gonna die?
We can't change that. That already happened.
All right, Misfits, let's hightail it out of here.
I'm a potted plant.
Oh yeah, we pick up the plant. Yeah, you have Misfits on the plant.
You make your way back through the city to the time gate. As you do, you tear through this Netheril city with hordes of Phaerimm at your back. Do you use speed or subtlety to try to get through?
Speed.
Speed.
Give me a group dexterity check.
Am I still a potted plant?
I believe you are a potted plant.
I think, yeah.
Until the start of your next turn. You are no longer a potted plant.
Is this
Okay.
saving throw or just check?
This can be a saving throw.
Okay, 15 plus 7 for 20.
Success, you just need to beat a 14.
8. If I see another 6 or a 1, I'm gonna scream.
I'm guessing it doesn't beat a 14.
Yeah, you guessed right.
15.
15. So we've already succeeded as a group?
Exactly 14.
Exactly
Yeah,
14.
okay. All right.
You all tear through the city as the Phaerimm swarm you, crawling over each other, eager to consume whatever magic items you have on you, as well as the magic within your very being itself.
I'm gonna fly over the top of them and call out, turn, to help them through the streets.
I'll go back to kind of the front of the line to kind of gesture from the ground, yeah.
As little P falters, sort of taking pity on a small abandoned familiar, a pseudo-dragon familiar that is crouched on the ground, abandoned by its wizard.
No, not abandoned.
On the side, Big A grabs you and says, "This has to happen. Come on," and pulls you along. The small pseudo-dragon's horns droop as you flee.
Okay.
You make it to the time gate unscathed. Big A looks at you all and says, "This is it, come on." As you prepare to go down the well, Misfit hesitates and says, "Home?"
You can't stay here, buddy. Everything here is gonna cease to exist in like 5 minutes.
Home.
Okay. I give it a big old kiss on its dragon forehead. Thank you.
Bye, Dada.
I turn and I start climbing up.
So flick, watching him go up. Hey, watch your caboose sticks. I'm gonna flick him some jerky.
He grabs it.
I fly up. All right.
You see him pick up the little abandoned pseudo-dragon on his head and take to the sky. One of the last flying wonders of Netheril.
Just, I can't help but think maybe he'll make it. So I climb up. Yeah, maybe he'll make it.
You descend through the time gate and emerge back in one of the ruined great cities of Netheril.
You doing okay?
The only thing that matters is the mission.
You had a good dad.
What do we do, boss?
Well, looks like we got Big B back. We have to head on in there, shut this thing down.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to attune with a Mythalar, but, well, wish me the best of luck. I don't know what's gonna happen in there. And you see him kind of like rub one of his knuckles where a magic ring is kind of like seared and singed into his flesh. I'll do my best.
Well, One last dance for the magical misfits.
Yeah.
Let's take them back to them.
Joseph the Younger looks at you all and says,
The way to Zargon's Eye, the Mythalar, as you call it, won't be easy.
and just as he's saying this, you hear a loud explosion somewhere far in the ruins. The rivulets of dust begin to fall all around you as some great explosion racks the ruins somewhere far to the east.
Oh, perhaps there are still bringers of cosmic dawn left. Perhaps we can make use of their distraction to close Zargon's eye once and for all.
Big A just says, I have no idea what that crazy guy is talking about, but...
Oh, he's not crazy. He's our friend.
He's a misfit.
Very well, misfits. Let's make hay while the sun shines.
Hell yeah.
You make your way deeper into the ruins. Everyone give me a history check to see if you can discern where the Mythalar would be located based off of what you saw while you were in the past version of the city in the time gate.
I got 16.
Wabajabon. 16.
16?
13.
13?
I got 10.
The two of you recall the general layout of the city that you were in while you were through the time gate, and you think you're able to orient yourselves in this ruined version of that same city. You make off in the general direction where you think the Mythalar might be in this version of time. But all around you, paths that were open are now in ruins.
Yeah.
You see the remains of the milliner's shop you took refuge in. You see the remains of the smith's shop that you stopped in. You see the remains of the doctor's shop where you once took refuge. All of it destroyed. The sounds of some battle far away come drifting down to you through the sands.
Ideas, people.
Can I do detect magic?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. For the duration, I can sense the presence of magical effects within 30 feet of myself. I wanna see if there's any, based off this battle, any directional...
Give me a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
As you continue to try to navigate these runes, trying to remember the general direction that this important building that Cadmus pointed out while you were through the time gate. Tell me it's a nat 20.
It's a natural!
You look at the ruined shop, you look at the river, and then you remember the riverbed led directly to the Mythalar. And as you begin to follow it instinctively, underneath these arches that used to be bridges through this dried riverbed, you see it thrumming like a beacon before you, and you understand why some misguided mages might call it the Eye of Zargon, for it looks like a massive blue pulsating eye, almost blinking at you from the distance. And it sputters, and every time it sputters, you see waves of magic coming off it and emanating into the great beyond.
Okay, that's it. That's terrifying.
I like it.
It's unknowable. You know?
Yeah.
You make your way towards it and see that the main approach has been blasted open by someone or something. But as you enter, you do not see any red wizards. You do see dried wax and scrolls and seals where clearly some group was worshiping at this altar. And you see Joseph the Younger pause for a moment as if to pay obeisance himself, but then he catches himself and instead stands up.
No. I think perhaps I should favor science instead of blind faith now. If Zargon really is in there, though, I'm really gonna be unhappy, guys. Oh.
As you see the doors that have been disrespectfully blown wide open, all of the seals and offerings before it kind of strewn aside as like one of these large metal doors is hanging off its hinges, like lolling sadly to one side, and the other one has been ripped clear off and thrown into the dried riverbed. You see a beautiful room with ornate filigree inlaid into the pattern of the floor. And before you, you see several metal rings, in the middle of which is an 80-foot diameter sphere, the substance of which you cannot discern. Inside it, you see galaxies. You see the weave in its full might.
Is there a high ground?
In this chamber, no, it's just kind of like a big circle with a big dome up above. If you had a way to climb straight vertically, you could. But you don't see anything around you other than this one quivering orb. And every time it quivers, you see waves of arcane energy come off of it, and one of them actually hits all of you. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
I got a 21. And I really want this to be like a big moment.
Yeah.
I got a 21.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Goodness.
Okay. So this is plus 7, 11 plus 7, 18.
18.
That's 4.
As the wave hits you, you all begin to feel gravity turn upside down. And as you threaten to fly 60 feet towards the ceiling rather quickly, you with that natural 20 are able to grab Sapphira. And you with the 21 are able to stable your good friend Big A. As you see his feet kind of come up, as you put a hand on his shoulder, he immediately stabilizes himself, kind of quickly grounding himself as he does so.
All it takes is my little finger.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, we have to stabilize this thing.
The reversed gravity remains in effect.
So are we upside down or are we just...
Gravity is upside down. So you've all managed to grab onto something or each other.
Yeah.
But if you were to let go, you will take falling damage if you strike the ceiling.
Got it. Can I touch the orb?
You may try. Yes, you may.
Great.
Give me an Arcana check. Yeah. No, 20.
Yes!
My Arcana is pretty good.
What's your bonus with Arcana?
+6. My Arcana is really good.
The radiant damage comes shooting out of the orb, threatening to unmake you. This would have been 137 points of radiant damage, half as much on a success, but with a natural 20. You just touched Chernobyl.
Didn't think of it like that before I
You
did
touched the elephant's foot. Yeah, this is wild.
I'm more of a doer than a thinker.
Don't think, act, as
That's
the
exactly
great
it. That's what Pirouette
said.
told me.
Don't put that on my mom.
I'm
She
gonna
would not say to
allow
touch
you
that.
to quarter this with the natural 20.
How about we pretend
Yeah.
we pretend that I pushed Big A to touch it with his finger.
You all watch,
It's 34 points.
but it's not an insta kill, and this would have.
Yeah, you would have been dead.
This
dead.
would
Yeah,
have.
you'd be- so
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
You all see Little P's hand kind of become unmade by sheer radiant damage, becoming see-through for just a moment. And then as the force wave hits her, you see her knocked unconscious as she begins to drift towards the ceiling.
I will reach for her because I've been stabilized by Cadmus, so I'll reach for her with my other hand.
And before I'm unconscious, I'd like to give Sapphira a little.
Is it like wink?
Yeah.
Oh, babe. Wow.
Big A pops a top off of an ale infused with a couple of healing potions, hands it to you and says, keep an eye on her while I do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna hook her unconscious arm in my arm, uncork the potion, and then just like pour it into her mouth.
I think this heals 3d4 plus 3.
Nice.
12.
I'm gonna take a spin around the room. I'm gonna take to the skies and just
Yeah.
look around.
As you zip up, Big A stops you and says, with all due respect, I think you might want to look for a way for us to get out of here after I do what I'm about to do.
Well, okay.
I can help with that.
Well, you guys are all holding on together, right?
Yeah, we're all Jay-Z chained.
Yeah.
No. You stay with.
Yeah, but I have a super high passive investigation. So as I'm doing this, I'm checking the room. I'm investigating. Or if there's anything that I could make go boom to bring this place down.
I'll find a way out. You do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Big A approaches the Mythalar. For the first time in your working career, he looks nervous. He reaches out, not with his hands to touch it, but merely with his sentience, his telepathy, and attempts to attune to the Mythalar. As he does, you see his eyes roll back into his head, and you just hear him mutter, "It can think." You see him take a step back, staggering, almost as though his will is being forced against another's. He shakes his head and just says, "It can think and it doesn't want to die." You see him struggle for a moment, and then he looks at you and says, "Everything's gotta die sometime." And you see, as he clenches his fist, the light goes out. As it does, gravity is brought back to normal. You all feel a slight thump as your weightlessness ends. As the light sputters out, you feel an almost agonizing wail tear through the ruins of the city and tear through you as one of the great magical wonders of the world has been extinguished, perhaps for the last time. The arcane shock of it rips through the ruins, bringing down pillars around you. Do you all run?
I mean,
We gotta bring
I
this
think we
place
should.
down.
Can we find a way out?
Do I find a way to bring this place down?
Yeah, give me a perception check, give me an investigation check.
Okay. I'm going to use my last bit of luck to give myself advantage.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll that.
Okay.
So this is my last luck. 16 plus 2 for 18.
18.
26.
You're able to pick a safe path among the ruins. The river that once flew through this old Netheril city appears to still be mostly free of any kind of debris blocking your path, unlike the roads that are now choked with the ballast and masonry of the ruined buildings that once adorned this beautiful city.
As I fly on, I go, "Riverbed's still intact. You gotta follow it out." I'm gonna cast light as well. I don't know if that will stay with me or not, but basically like a beacon so they can see me no matter what the gloom is.
With that 26, you see the light illuminate a sign half covered with debris. As you push away the dust and rocks and stones, you see it. Alvin's Alchemy. Potions that make you zoom, potions that go boom.
cool.
The picture of a little chipmunk going.
I get to the edge of this with Sailor leading the way, and I think of Syndra. And Syndra is the person who taught me how to cast Fireball. And so at the lip of this cave system, with the alchemy potions in distance, I hold my hands back and forward, and I draw all the flame that I can from the wars behind me. And I cast a giant fireball right when we're about to escape, and I think of Everesca and what I might have taken from them. But everything's got to die sometime. And I blow the biggest fireball consecutively, 2 level 3, 1 level 4, which is upcast to a level 5, and I send that all the flame from behind me into the cave system to bring it down.
The stockpile explodes. The chamber housing the Mythalar collapses. And as the ruin crumbles into dust behind you, it sinks deeper into the sands. As the dunes begin to consume this old flying city, whatever mages were doing war far above are no longer an issue for you. There is absolute pandemonium and chaos as the last of the arcane storms sputter, and old Betsy, still bravely holding anchor, struggles against that one anchor in the sand as the arcane storm threatens to blow her away.
I'm gonna fly straight on top of it, land, grab the pilot's wheel, and just try and edge it with, trying to stabilize it so it doesn't release.
I hop on board, and the first thing I do is pull the rope that's tied the flag so that the Misfits sign shoots off into the sky.
As you board old Betsy, the arcane wildstorm fury builds. Her sail billows, and she is pushed up into the sky 120 feet, then 200. She threatens to come crashing down into the dunes, whipped around wildly by the wind. And as she does, you hear the sound of 7 harpoons.
Oh.
Yes! As you see 7 riders on wind skiffs far below.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Prevent her from being whipped up into the zenith of the sky, keeping her below and guiding her safely. The Dukes of the Dunes
Hell yeah. That's cool.
come to your rescue.
Gnarly, what took you so long?
She looks up at you from her wind skiff and says, "Quit crying, you big baby."
I literally just like wipe my tears. Okay, follow the leader.
They bring you to the edge of the desert. It takes a couple of days. You reminisce on the way. Things aren't perfect with the Dukes.
Is Ollie with them?
Ollie is with them.
Hey, Ollie.
Hey, bro.
Still healed up a little bit. I look at her arm, which is cut from the shoulder. And there's some kind of like, they fashioned some sort of like leather protector. But the whole arm is gone up until essentially the shoulder. Sorry for everything.
Sailor, losing you was like losing my other arm.
I know.
She gives you a hug. We're not gonna push you away again.
I just start crying into her neck. I just hold her tighter. Nothing to say, for once.
Go do what you gotta do, but Fool's Gold ain't no place for the likes of us.
Yeah, might be needing a lift here and there. My skiff got tore up some rotten.
So did I, but that doesn't mean we can't build things back up better than they were.
I agree.
Oh, you guys. You're so good. All of you are so good.
Well, I must admit, that was a little bit outside of your mission scope.
Yeah, sorry about that, boss. Some things got a little out of hand.
Well, we were able to successfully destroy a Mythalar. That would seem to be the nexus of the arcane storms.
I didn't even know any were still functional out here.
Anton has been transformed back into himself. We have a new member of the Ninth Quill, and I gesture to Joseph the Younger in the corner.
She says, looking at the 4 arms.
Yes.
Oh.
How is the barrier?
It's holding better now, strong now, that there isn't a source of great power threatening to break it. Hearing about all you've been through, I feel that I should have been there with you, Samira.
My name is Sapphira Horayas. I have been in the Order for most of my life. And if you need me to write my name on your forehead, I will do it, so you don't ever forget it again.
Oh, I'm sorry, my memory isn't quite what it used to be. Sailor, darling, do you think you could write it down for me? Not on my forehead, though, please.
Yeah, I got you. No worries.
What about you?
I had a great time.
You were vying
I missed
for...
most of it, to be honest. I was unconscious. But for the bits that I were conscious of, it was real good.
I know you wanted very badly to be the leader of the group.
Oh, I don't want that anymore.
You don't?
No, I think there's someone more fitting, actually. Someone that maybe like fulfilled their potential or something.
Sapphira, well, she sure led us through some dangerous times. I think she might be right, be able to take on a group of her own at some point.
Whatever group she's leading, I know this was a one and done for me, but I got skin in the game and I want to hunt down those Phaerimm.
It's unanimous then. You'll need to go to the Well of Dragons, to go to headquarters. Deep below there, the wisest of our order hold council. There you'll find your patron.
You coming with us?
I'll be along down the dunes. But, give me a minute. I just need to rectify some of my family. I'll catch you up, though.
I've arranged for your armaments to get some fortifications at Smith's before you go. I'll see if I can meet you there for your big moment. I know you've been wanting to meet your patron and the wise people that rule our order for some time.
Yes.
In 1 week's time, the Well of Dragons. Be there.
And in the week you have before you make your journey to the Well of Dragons, you would be able to repair your wind skiff.
Cool.
And all of you can choose a magical item to have imbued with a new property from Smith.
Nice.
Each of you please give me a d12 roll.
I'd like to call my mommy.
I rolled a 2.
7.
2. Your bracers of defense gain the ability Conversational. While wearing them, you can cast tongues from it.
You can speak any language.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, that's really good.
It's really useful.
That's really useful.
7.
7. Your ring of animal speaking gains the ability Immolating. While wearing this item, you can cast a fireball with a save of 15.
That's awesome.
I rolled a 10.
Which item do you choose to have Smith imbue?
The hexagonal mirror, for sure. For sure.
It gains the ability Skulking, which allows you to cast Pass Without Trace on it.
Nice.
Cadmus.
I got a 4.
And which item are you imbuing?
Can I imbue the Transmuter Stone as my spell focus?
You could.
So I think I'd do that, yeah.
It gains the ability Displacing. While holding or wearing this item, you can cast Blur from it.
That's nice.
awesome, yeah. Thank
That's
you.
really great.
Over the next week, Smith takes the time to imbue all of your items one by one. Your wind skiff is repaired. You reconvene at the clubhouse for what is your next mission.
Seth and the siblings are all like across the top of the canyon, the little valley that the clubhouse is situated in. And as you pilot old Betsy straight through on the route that you know, you see all the siblings sort of like whooping and like cheering, woo woo, and they start like doing this as you enter in. Sailor drifts down, holding a ragtag blanket. He goes, "Welcome to the new clubhouse." And he drops the blanket, and you see before you, each of you now have, including young Joseph and little Pete, each of you have your own designated bunk, which is like a hollow chiseled into the rock wall.
Cool.
You see your names, some of them spelt very badly, over the top. You also see a banner which says Misfits.
I love it. Oh. My heart, it grows 4 times this day.
Why'd you say one last night of reverie, little P?
Oh, hell yeah.
You party hard, and the next morning, you begin your journey to the Well of Dragons. Nestled just south of the Anauroch Desert, this place is the resting place of dragons that have come to the end of their very long lives. As you approach it, you feel an almost evil emanation come from it. And you know that the seat of your organization's power lies somewhere far down below, in the Underdark, accessible only here in this caldera, and the mouth of what was this once active volcano.
Oh, that's diabolical.
As you descend down your journey, one of the passageways that Cormina has told you about that leads down into your organization's headquarters is unexpectedly being swept by a wizened old elf. At first, he looks to be impossibly old. And then as you take a closer look, you realize that this elf is undead. Everyone give me a history check.
That's a 3, -1 for a 2.
19 plus 6 for 25.
It's an 18 plus 1 for a 19.
19.
19.
You immediately, instinctively, almost ready your fists as you recognize what is surely a lich. But the three of you have heard tell of elves who have conquered death and gained immortality that are not evil like liches are, but rather protect places of great importance and places of great knowledge. They would be known to the three of you as Baelnorn.
I send a message to Sailor. I think you might be a friendly.
I'm trusting you in this one, kid.
Greetings, jolly and good day to you all.
Greetings, jolly, and good day to you as well.
Oh, by chance, are you cultists?
No.
Oh, that's good, for then I would have had to dispatch you with haste.
Yeah, message Joseph and just say, do not mention under any circumstance.
Yeah, the second he says cultist, all of us just screaming, look like, and then catch ourselves.
Never met him. Never met one in my whole life.
And you see him kind of split into two as he clones himself, and each version of him begins to like clean and dust different things in this hallway.
We were summoned here.
Cormina did send word that you would come. Yes, yes, yes.
What's your name?
Beauregard Balefort III. I am one of the elves of Everesca.
Oh.
Wow. What does that mean?
Everesca is where Cadmus went to school.
Oh!
A city of elves.
That Everesca.
Well, come along then. I suppose you'll be wanting to go down.
Yes, we have an audience.
As he walks, he just kind of like info dumps you the way certain people do, and they have just a fondness or something.
Yes, the cult of the dragon likes to come by and do their little rituals, and then I just simply send them to see their gods, you know.
Wow.
It is what it is. It cannot be helped. There is a temple of Tiamat and all this stuff down here. On your left, you're going to see a lava tube. No one has used this three-way intersection in 60 years.
That's incredible. Wow, we stand on hollowed ground.
This type of rock is often referred to as basalt. Write that down, children, please.
Basalt. I'm dutifully taking notes. I'm so happy right now.
About 10 years ago, a Umber Hulk moved into one of the passageways and made it his residence.
As you approach the end of the three-way corridor.
These stairs go down to your headquarters. I'll go back to my post or
Oh, Beauregard,
sweep the tunnels without any thanks at all.
No, please, yeah.
No, I would very much like to come back and learn everything you
Oh,
have
yeah,
to teach.
everybody wants to.
No,
He means
seriously.
it. He means it.
Everybody says
he
that.
went to
Nobody actually
Everesca.
comes
Yeah.
back.
He went to Everesca.
I would like nothing more than to sit down and learn everything from you. Can I do that at a later date?
I would like that very much.
I will be back, I promise.
Beaming ear to ear, he goes back about his business.
Okay. Very few people have been invited here. This is a high honor. I turn to my Vestige patron. Why don't you open the door?
The door opens and steps go down into a dark cavern. You can hear moisture dripping from somewhere up above, and the walls are almost a slick black like onyx, formed by the slow trickling of lava that has formed this massive tunnel network below you. Here you see steps that are carefully hewn and hexagonal patterns that go down, almost like the Giant's Causeway, almost like natural stone that has kind of come out and formed for your descent as you enter the mouth of a massive cavern. You descend into the cavern and feel an almost static electricity, as though some great force is being harbored here. It is not unlike the force you felt when you entered the Mythalar's chamber, but it's different somehow, almost like the opposite polarity. As you make your way to the headquarters, you notice there are two arched doorways in front of you, and as you stand before them expectantly, you hear a voice behind you. It echoes through the stone halls and simply says,
You had no right to destroy it.
This time when you see Syndra, her locks are shorn, and on her freshly shaved head, you see the signature tattoos of a red wizard of Thay. An apprentice in her full glory, flanked by Thayan knights. A single hand rests on her shoulder as you see a taller figure appear from behind. The hand slips back into the gloom, meets the other one, as standing imperiously over her apprentice, Delia Dracarin says, "If you do this, my peach, then I might forgive you." And steps back into the shadows. Roll for initiative.
Wow.
What's happening right now?
Delia is diabolical.
Delia's gonna.
I got a 13.
13,
I got a 10 and Rascal got an 8.
10, and 8, and your vestige goes on your turn?
Vestige goes on my turn, yeah.
I got a 14, and I will switch with Rascal.
I got a 15 plus 4 for a 19.
19. Syndra goes first.
She's gonna eviscerate me.
She creates a shard of ice and flings it at Cadmus. This is going to be a ranged spell attack
Yep.
for a 17.
That hits.
On a hit, you're going to take 1d10 piercing damage, and then the shard will explode.
I cast shield,
Okay.
so that'll bring it to a 20.
You see Syndra's signature move. Almost the inverse of a fireball. As she draws in every last bit of heat around her, she channels pure cold. You see the ice knife form, and bringing up your shield in time, the ice knife smacks against it. Hit or miss, the shard then explodes, crashing against your shield. The target and each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take cold damage.
Oh man.
Who's around me?
Yeah, nobody's around 5 feet.
I think it's
me.
just the vestige, and the vestige always takes dodge on my turn, so I'll roll for the vestige. Dex
Perfect.
save?
You need to beat a 13.
18.
I fail
18.
6.
You take 11 points of cold damage. Sailor, you're up.
I'm gonna Misty Step behind her.
Okay.
So Misty Step is a bonus action. It's not actually an action. So I just go, buckle up, Buttercup. Click my fingers and I just disappear and instantly reappear behind her. I've got 2 attacks. The first one's going to be Stunning Strike,
Perfect.
which I spend a focus point on. Here you go. So 9 plus 7 for a 16.
That's a hit.
Okay, so I literally shoot bam, like that on the back of her head. I now have to roll the damage that I apply to that as well.
Okay.
And this is going to be a d8 plus 4 before I do my second strike. That's 11 points of damage. All right. So now that's a 19 plus 7 for 26. All
Roll
right.
damage.
So roll damage is d8 plus 4, not 7 because I haven't got my wings out. So that's d8 plus 4. So that's a 2 plus 4 for 6, so nothing. But she has got the stun condition, and her movement is halved now as well.
She's stunned. She's incapacitated. She automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws. Attack rolls against her have advantage.
Ooh, gorgeous.
How long does she stay stunned?
Till the top of my next turn.
Perfect. Okay. Rascal's up.
Ooh, Rascal's up. Okay, Rascal. I think he's gonna hide. Do I need to roll stealth for that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh God, it's not gonna work.
All right. It is the spell guard's turn. One of them is going to move here
Oh,
and make 2 strikes against you. The first one is a 25. The second
7
one
natural
is
20.
a natural 20.
Okay, what are they attacking with? Is it bludgeoning, piercing, slashing?
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning. Both of those hits, I'm going to be taking a deflecting attack.
Perfect.
And if any of them get to 0, I get to deflect the attack back on them with the focus point. I also have evasion.
The first hit is a 9.
So deflect attack, creature must succeed on a DC 13 dex saving throw or take 2d8 plus 4 damage of the same type. It's actually
Okay.
increased. So the attack with his weapon coming in, I sort of dodge it, grab it, and then literally slam it back into him.
That is a failure. Go ahead and roll damage.
Right, it's 2d8. plus 4 each, so that's an 8, and, no, sorry, 7, that's 11 plus 4, that's 15 points damage.
15 points of damage. It's going to hit you with the second attack. The second one was a crit. This one is going to be doing 6 points of bludgeoning damage. So it's 6 base damage,
Yep.
and then 7 force damage on top of that.
That's 11.
The second spell guard, this one here, moves out and readying 2 javelins, throws one at Sapphira and one at Lil P. The first javelin, the one at Sapphira, is a 9. I believe that's a miss.
That is a miss.
And the second one for Lil P is a 16.
That's the real shame.
Is that a hit? For, what is that? 18 points of piercing damage as the javelin goes soaring through the air and finds that weak part right where your shoulder, the meat of your shoulder kind of meets your arm.
Knew I should have got that repaired.
Lil P, you're up.
Damn it. It's okay, because I've got a plan. And it's an okay plan.
A straight line.
I'm just gonna...
There you go.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna move
Okay.
to there. I'm gonna do my 2 short bow attacks. And if they hit, I can say that one of them's a piercing shot.
You
right?
declared the piercing shot before.
Okay, I am declaring the piercing shot.
Okay, perfect. I
Great.
think they each make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, they do.
Syndra failed.
This is
automatically.
Syndra's. She's
Everything.
stunned. Yes, okay.
worries.
And I
Done.
knew that, and that's
Syndra-
exactly why I did it.
Syndra fails automatically. The spell guard gets a 5. They both fail. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah. Look, the idea is like a John Woo, like,
Hell yeah. Pigeons.
yeah, pigeons.
Doves.
Doves for no reason.
6.
6 points of piercing damage to the both of them.
I'm gonna go for my other attack now. With a short bow.
Ooh,
Yeah, this
nice.
dice likes me and I like you. 15 plus a 7.
Who are you targeting?
Syndra.
Okay, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Great. Roll damage. So much effort for absolutely nothing.
Hey, every
Really
little bit
helps.
counts, yeah.
5 and a 2.
So that's not a 2.
That's a 6, that's 11, plus the 3,
So
that's 14.
14.
So this attack deals your arcane shot damage in addition to your normal damage. With that 6, that brings it up to an additional 8 that each of them will be taking.
Nice.
Perfect.
Syndra is bloodied.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Yes, she is.
And you have an action surge.
I'm gonna action surge
Yeah.
all over her ass.
All right, take 2 more hits.
Great. I'm gonna roll this. This is my lucky dice.
4,
No, it's
13,
a 4 and a 4.
so that's 2 13s.
Since you hit your last turn with Vex,
Yes.
with your short bow,
Advantage.
you would have advantage on at least one of those.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna take it. It's an 11.
7,
Plus
that's
7.
a hit.
And you now have advantage on the next attack.
Yeah, because you're vexing it.
And you can add Fire's Burn to this one as well.
Very
Perfect. Okay, so here we go. Short bow.
That's 3. And then go ahead and give me a D10 if you want to add Fire's Burn to it. 4. So for a total of 7 points of damage. Sapphira, you're up.
Ooh. Attacks on Syndra have advantage right now because she's stunned.
Yes.
Great. I'm gonna do Guiding Bolt. That is a 17 plus 6.
That's a hit.
Yeah. That's 7d6 radiant damage. That's 23 radiant damage.
Nice.
As you are holding Syndra in this grapple, you see Lil P, arrow after arrow, just plunging into her chest. And then that guiding bolt bores a hole straight through her as Syndra falls to the ground, dead. There is a moment of silence. You see the 2 spell guards ready their flails, eager to enact their vengeance upon you. And then you hear, "Oh, I don't think that's going to happen today." Cormina emerges.
Yoda's here.
Yoda's down.
Yes, girl.
And saying, "Excuse me, dearie," pats one of the spell guards on the shoulder, immediately banishing them
Oh,
to a parallel plane.
Amazing.
I would look at the other dude and go, yeah, your toast is buttered on both sides now, son. You might want to hightail it out of here.
He runs. You exit initiative.
Yeah, right.
Cormina coughs. What it must surely be her last.
I'm gonna rush to it to give us support.
Yeah.
And she says, No. I think I'm okay.
I'm a little hurt, so could I lean on you, perhaps?
Of course, Sapphira.
Thank you. And I'm gonna let her think I'm leaning on her, but she's really leaning on me.
Yeah. As we begin to walk away, Syndra's eyes just flutter as she says, "You had no right." You notice she holds the Mythaler cloak still. She has dyed it red.
Oh.
She can keep it.
I'm gonna pick it up after he's left. I don't want him to see that, but you know, desert rules. I'll pick it up and just sling it into a bag.
Smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
You come to the hexagonal doors. They open in eager anticipation of you. And beyond, you see, almost as though made of the black mirror, hexagonal pools dotting the floor around you. In each one, you see these strange, amorphous creatures with 3 heads each and multiple arms. You see them kind of rise out of the pool and mark your passing, watching you carefully as you enter a space where before you see a plinth from which extends a barrier that seems to come up out of this place in a perfect pillar. Before you see the wall that keeps the Anauroch desert enclosed. This is perhaps the only place where it is visible to the naked eye. From one of these pools emerges this strange creature, its body looking like almost like a pool of oil come to life. 3 heads, each with a different mouth, speak to you and say,
"Yes, 'tis my time to go. To join the wall. To make it strong. You've come to take our place."
No, we haven't.
Cormina kind of like looks around and says,
It is every great wizard's honor to join with 2 others and take this final form. And from there, when the true end comes, we join it.
she motions to the wall.
It's your patron's time to go, I think.
My shadow behind me like extends out and splits into 3 shadows. And the girl, the woman, and the old woman all kind of rise.
This entity moves towards you, extending 2 of its arms and says,
"It was the honor of a wizard's life to join in an amalgamation to protect Phaerimm.
It was?
But now our watch must end."
The 3 voices speak to you in turn.
Okay.
Will you join 2 others in the great amalgamation?
Yes.
And who would you choose?
I step forward. We need one more.
I turn to Joseph.
Oh, I can think of no better use of the flesh than to become greater than I ever was. And in this form, we would become guardians of this place.
The mage amalgamation nods.
then I can go to the great beyond and know peace. I can sacrifice my body and my spirit and my flesh to strengthen the wall.
The entity hovers forward. You see it begin to separate into a young wizard, an elderly mage, and a sorcerer, strong in her power. One last time, you see pale, ethereal projections of them as they were when they lived, before they disappear and join the great barrier of mages who came before them. Cormina kind of shuffles with her cane and says,
I thought it would be my time. Oh. I guess I didn't make enough friends.
she looks around at you all and says,
Sometimes you can't control the bad things people do with power. All you can do is try to help the people they've hurt, I think. I know you'll do the right thing when it is time for the three of you to make your great sacrifice. Until then, study, grow strong, so that you may commit your service and your spirit to the greatest sacrifice perhaps of all, keeping your friends safe.
What are you all sitting around here talking like everybody's dying? That's a long ways off. We got plenty more stuff to do. And you, what you doing out? You know you're not supposed to go out with someone of us helping.
Oh, I was worried about you.
We're gonna get you right up on the old Betsy up there, take you home, and get you a blanket and some nice cocoa.
Anybody want a drink?
Yeah.
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 Don't gotta ask me twice.
The first round's on me. I just love the Misfits.
Lads. Oh. And thus the tale of Cadmus, Sapphira, Sailor, and Little Pay.
And Joseph the Younger.
Yes, how could I forget one of the myriad of NPCs you adopted along the way? And although the Anauroch Desert did not hold your doom, it did hold something I think far more valuable for all of you. Purpose, friendship, family, and maybe a little bit of wisdom along the way. It has been my great pleasure to be your dungeon master.
Thank you.
I was epic.
On your journey through some of the greatest cities of Netheril.
Hell yeah, bro.
I love the desert. I wasn't conscious for most of it, but I had a great time.
Mossy green, gold specks, black and red, armor, leathers, daggers hidden, short bow not hidden, red cape, red mask, tattered, old, drenched in the blood of the enemies he's taken. A mystic who always speaks in the third person says, Mystic doesn't know what you're talking about. Mystic always does what he's told. Mystic helps the helpless. Can I have some of the sippy?
Brilliant. Yes. Oh, God.